Good morning, everybody. It's March 14, about 10 in the morning. I'm still not feeling good, and yesterday I actually completely lost my voice. It took me a while to get it back. I don't know what's going on. I got something going on. I don't know. Taking a while to recover. But yesterday the plumber came out, and they were able to lay the line from the well to the house. So that's awesome. And then, they also laid septic pipe to the tank, so that's awesome. I wanted them to also run, I have another pipe down here, a water pipe, and I wanted them to run that as well because I want to run water over here somewhere so that someday when we build this house or we build anything down there and we want water to go down there from here, I'll already have it kind of stubbed out instead of having to come back here and hope to not hit septic pipe and trying to find and then digging everything out again. So I'll talk to them today. They're supposed to come back out. I think it's something I could actually do, but I want to just make sure and ask them, is this how you do it? Yesterday, the electricians were out here. They got my light on the back here done. And then they tied the AC units, the mini splits, got those all tied together and wired in. I'm happy about that. They got this light tied in. That was not up. They got that in, and he said he left it a little bit lower so we can play with the length. So that's good. And they fixed my oven situation. Rotated the plug so that could slide all the way up against the wall. I'm really happy about that. Then they also put in a light fixture in the bathroom, and they put the recessed lights up here in the closet. And looks like they hung, this was disconnected, so they put that back on. There was some things that got done yesterday, even though I wasn't here. Well, I came out, but then I went back home. Anyway, the plumber's supposed to come out today and tie everything together and put it all together. So what I'm thinking I want to do first is I want to clean this area up, sand it, clean it, and seal it. He comes out kind of later in the day. I don't know if he's one of those, that's just his style or what, but that gives me a minute to get this done and hopefully it can dry. And then when he gets here and slide everything in, I can bring that refrigerator hopefully over here and kind of sit it right here in front so that he can just push it back when he's ready. Because this has got to come out and he's got to tie everything together. It's coming together. All right, guys, a little after 2:30. The plumber has been out here and left and is going to be coming back again. But they filled in around the septic drain pipe. I guess that's something you're supposed to do to secure it, so it'll be ready for inspection. So that's cool. They've gotten the sink in, and I believe garbage disposal. Yeah, they got some things going on here. It's kind of, you want the people who know what they're doing to do this for you, but then this happens, dirtying it all up. That is what it is. We can go back and clean it. I finished this 4. It wasn't even on my list, wasn't on my agenda. I wasn't planning on doing it today, but I was like, you know what? It's inside. I can help the plumber kind of monitor what's going on and get this done and clean up some wood so I have a little less wood. I also sanded all this and sealed it this morning so that and moved the fridge over here so it's all ready to go in. He started working on the toilet, getting there, and by what I understand, even though we don't have running water, when he's done today, we can use this toilet because if we have a bucket of water, we have a functioning septic now, so we can just pour it and flush it. So that's kind of cool. We got this washer and dryer and I can't believe it. I pushed it back about as far as I can go. It might be hung up on something, but the best I can see when I look back here and then I climbed up on a ladder and look back there, I think it actually looks like it could go back further to me. But why risk it? It's not worth it to smash any hoses or anything. The plumber, he got back there and he hooked it all. We slid this in, and then he got back there and hooked everything that he could. Then his son and I lifted this dryer up on top. He secured the dryer. He hooked everything together. And then he climbed up and over the top, and then we pushed it in. It is tight. There is no wiggle room, guys. I mean, like, maybe there's a quarter of an inch there. But over here, same thing. I mean, that's what we thought was going to be. Was barely any play. But I just didn't anticipate it being that hard to get there. Luckily, the plumber's not a big fat guy like me. He's thin enough and young enough. He was able to climb up and over and stuff. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to see if I have anything else to do. Good morning, everybody. It's March 15, Saturday morning, almost noon actually. I got up. This time change thing kills me because I'm not setting my alarm and I get up when I get up. So I'm still getting up when it was time before time change. So I'm getting out and around about an hour late. I'm waiting for my body to slowly adjust instead of setting an alarm, but maybe I should. I don't know, or force myself to get up. Anyway, I went to Home Depot and I bought some more wood. There's wood for wood flooring. There's wood for baseboard. Then I bought a few more cinder blocks are in here to get piled over there, so that we'll have that for the retaining wall here. And right now what I'm doing is, it's not supposed to be raining today, but it's misting so hard it's like rain. And all my cardboard's getting wet out here and stuff, so I decided, why not do a little burn pile and get rid of this stuff? I have a lot of cardboard laying around. So that's what we're getting done. Like, some of the cardboard's wet. But, yeah, I'm able to just clean it up. I'm not too worried. I wouldn't just burn any time like this, but when it's wet on the ground, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, guys, so we're going to be attempting to make our own table out of that butcher block instead of doing an island. So, I'm not a big fan of it. I just don't think it's going to turn out great, but you never know. Maybe it will. I got these pretty heavy-duty angle irons here, steel, that I'm going to be using to attach the legs, and they're just going to be 4x4 legs. And the thing is all the trim is black in the house. So I went and bought some all-purpose, just flat black paint. And I'm going to do one side, let it dry. It says it's fast drying. I don't know how long it takes to dry, but try to paint both sides of those so they'll get done. This side doesn't even actually need to be done. This is what goes against the wood, but it'll be sealed that way. And it also allows me to kind of get the sides. And that part you will see. Alright, we'll let that sit and dry. Hopefully it won't take too long. Wanted to show that this was all cardboard here. There was a lot of cardboard here and just stuff. So I've been burning that. And then there was styrofoam and plastic stuff that comes in there. I threw all that in the back of the truck. And I'll throw that in the dumpster where I live. I keep kind of breaking this up so it'll burn down. It's still kind of misting, so we're pretty safe. You can see the back of the truck's all wet. I've been kind of just fiddling around. I don't have like a specific agenda today. There's plenty of things to do. it'd be preferable to work outside today because I have things that are kind of in my final. I need to put this porch in, but I want to put a retaining wall in through here. And that wall has got to be set up, and I want it to go under this deck. So I can't really start the porch until that's done, but it's muddy, it's sprinkling. Tomorrow's going to be raining. So I don't want to start that project. So there's plenty to do in here. I actually think I'm going to attempt to try to hook the refrigerator up. The plumber said that he left it for me because it's a simple thing to do. So I'll look into that and see if I can figure it out. Okay guys, just wanted to show you underneath that he got all this stuff hooked up, which is awesome. All of our plumbing is done now. Underneath the sink and tied to the dishwasher. Put the facing on the front. I slid this guy in here that I made. But this is the issue I'm having. You see a bit of a gap here. Now I can push this over and you wouldn't really see too much. And that's fine, I can do that. But where my issue is I don't know if I'm being too perfectionist or not. The refrigerator is hanging over just a half an inch up here. Down here it's more even. It's almost even. So part of it is that the floor is tilted, and only the front of the refrigerator raises the feet. The back just have rollers. But I tried to raise that a little bit, but it's not going to do any good because there's nowhere for it to go. But this needs to go that way if I want it to be even. I don't know how specific I want to be about that. I just texted Valentina to ask her what she thinks. But if I took a saw, I can go right here and go down the length. But you're going to see it because it's not going to be a beautiful cut. It probably won't look that great, and I don't think I'd put black backsplash along here. So you're gonna see it. I guess I could put a little trim piece there on it. However, me moving that over, well, it can raise it. It can lean it over 1/4 of an inch, but down here, not. It may be 1/8 of an inch. Which is about what we need. I don't know. It's up to Valentina. I could go either way. I can be like not super particular about it. But it would have been awesome if I would have cut this just 1/4 of an inch. If I would have cut this 1/4 of an inch shorter, this would have fit just about as perfect as I could have wished for. It just bothers me that this is poking out that much. And it was a risk. We knew that when doing this, that was a high possibility that there just wasn't going to be enough room for everything to fit. But now, it's the butcher block that's holding me. I can't move anything else. And if I would have just cut that a little bit more, then we would have been good. Oh, I'll wait for Valentina, see what she thinks. Kind of just going along here. I didn't have anything in particular that I wanted to specifically do today, but what I'm finding myself doing is putting the trim on the dishwasher and on the fridge and like starting to attach stuff. I'm not sure if it's a good idea because now, until we move in, people are going to be grabbing this, we're going to be hitting it, it could scratch it. So, I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm putting it on. We're trying. Valentina says she doesn't care if this is like this or not. So, but she is getting off work in about an hour and she's just going to drive out here to see the place. So, then maybe we'll discuss it some more then. I feel like if I took the jigsaw, it'd take me forever, and I could put some kind of line here to keep me from going off course, but it still will be a little swirly. But if I were able to cut that, it's actually going to be really hard to get the back end because I can't pull this out anymore. Like this is one solid piece now. Well, the butcher block is just resting on the cabinets. However, the sink is now glued to the butcher block and all this stuff is all attached, so you're not going to move stuff. I just don't think so. So I don't know how I would do this. I can come in this direction and just cut like that, and then the backsplash will cover that corner. We'll talk about it. Anyway, I just put these handles on, one of the easier things I've had to do. I sat there and looked at these instructions, and they made no sense. And then it came with 3 black washers, half washers, and I thought it should come with 4 because I thought it would go on the handles, but it only came with 3. I have no idea where they go, and they're all different thicknesses. So I assume, for whatever reason, they're spacers for something, but I don't know what they're spacing. I don't know. Maybe it has nothing to do with the door. Maybe that goes to some other part of the refrigerator, but this was all the handle stuff, so I don't know. Anyway, what there was there was 4 holes in here, and they were these screws and bolt things that you put in, and then these handles hang on it, and you just tighten this little screw, and it pulls it together, and that's it. So very simple. I'm happy about that. All right, that's done. So something I wanted to point out. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this or not, but look how much mud the plumber tracked in. He went in and out of here so many times yesterday, and he said he's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay on the cardboard, and yeah, he did to a point, but cardboard gets slid around and all that stuff, and he absolutely destroyed this place, destroyed it. I'm vacuuming right now. I was wondering why I was getting dirt everywhere and where I stepped, and it's because he tracked the mud in everywhere. Just bad news. I did sand this and seal this, so I'm going to find out if this is going to hold or not. If I wipe it and it'll come clean. I don't think it will, to be honest with you, because I sealed this under here, and a lot of it came off really nicely, but there was one footprint it wouldn't come off. I mean, it did after I soaked a rag and I went after it like pretty strongly, but there was still some piece left, a little bit left. So I don't know if this is going to be something we're just going to have to resand and seal again, because once everything's set up and everything's done here, there's a no shoes policy in this house. So when we get to that point, and everything's in and landed, then we're not too worried about it. Plus, I think we're going to have like a big rug here in front of the couches and stuff. So, but for the most part, it's going to be an indoor shoe only, or like no outdoor shoes. All right, I'm going to keep vacuuming. I'm just kind of cleaning up. I'm picking things up and I'm probably going to work my way to this oven. We have plans for the oven. I'm going to put a stainless steel backsplash against there, just in case we splatter a little bit. Valentina wanted a little metal there to be able to clean. So we're getting there. I'm just slowly cleaning up and doing some stuff here. All right, guys, 4:30 just about. Valentina came out a little bit. We tested some oils to protect the butcher block. We have a cutting board oil, and then we have a wax. The wax isn't necessarily made for it. That's made to protect paint for some reason. I don't know. And this is more specifically cutting board oil. Testing that out. We might buy some beeswax as well and test that out. Anyway, I basically got this all in now. This is kind of where it's all going to land. Everything is where it's going to land now. I did some work on this, put the stainless steel behind, and put all this together. So it's coming together. Definitely coming together. It's looking good. We had bought these light fixtures that we wanted to go underneath here. Valentina's decided she don't like them now. So I returned those, and I bought these light bulbs that they don't fit, so I got to return those as well. So anyway, I think the plan is tomorrow I want to start cleaning this up. I want to clean this area, get us all cleaned up. Then I'm going to take what wood I bought today and a couple of days ago and seal one side, the underside, the part that's going to go down, like I did before. And then
take the pile that I already have sealed and start going down through here and start working my way into the bedroom. We were talking and coming up with a plan and thinking it's going to be best if we can, if we were to be able to get the bathroom back there and the closet and the bedroom and all that kind of done, we can install a door going into the bedroom and then start putting stuff in there. When we slowly move, we can put all our stuff in there and it'll be clean and done. And then we can work out here doing whatever we need to do to finish other things. But that'll be done. So I think that's how it's going to go down. All right, guys. I will see you the next time I'm out here. Most likely tomorrow.